Do you need an answer to a burning question of yours? I'm Kathleen Rafter. I help people become calm, clear, and confident so they can develop vibrant lives of inner peace. I'm a spiritual life coach and EFT practitioner. So if you need an answer to something, I bet that you've been looking for it outside of yourself. And I'm here to tell you to stop because you have the answer within you. You have a conscious mind and an other than conscious, or sometimes it's called the subconscious mind, which has a direct link to the universal mind, which has all the answers that you or that any of us needs. And the way that you access this universal mind is through your intuition. Have you ever had a gut reaction or a hunch that something was true, that something was going to happen, and you found out that either that was true or that did happen? That was your intuition. You were accessing your intuition. And what happens if you stay calm and you stay clear, your other than conscious mind can access your intuition, which can access the answer that you need from the universal mind. And the universal mind has your back. You can trust it. The only thing that you need to do is to become quiet. It's like turning in a certain radio station, and it might be a little bit fuzzy if you're not correctly dialed. If you want to reach the station of the universal mind, that radio station, you need to be still, you need to be calm, and you need to be clear. And when you are, those answers will come. And in my experience, the best way for me to do that is to meditate. And when I'm meditating, I'm calm and I'm clear. And if you meditate, you might find that you get the answers with visualizing it. You might see an answer come in, something like a text message might come in. You'll see that. Other people might get the feeling of an answer coming in. Or you might be auditory like I am, and you'll hear the answer coming in. It doesn't matter. If you get used to this process, you'll know how your system operates. Another thing that you could do to access that intuition, to access that information from the universal mind, is to journal. I used to think that journaling was just for people who were super emotional and knew how to vent themselves by going through and writing down. But what I realized is that if I got quiet and I asked a question, my intuition would contact the universal mind. That information would just come down like a download. It would come into my heart, into my arms, into my hands, and I would write down. The universal mind would have me write down through my intuition whatever the answer was that I needed. Another thing that you could do is simply just walk out in nature. Lots of times being out in nature calms us, and those answers will just come without any prodding. They'll just be there because we're relaxed. So what you could do is, before going out on your walk, ask the universal mind for an answer to your question, and then by the end of your walk, you'll probably have the answer. Sometimes that happens when you're bathing or showering too. It's just that you're relaxed and the answers, your mind is free and the answers can just come down. And another way to do this is you could use a pendulum or a dowsing rod. And I would caution you against using those. I wouldn't want you to become dependent on something that for answers that you could get on your own, but sometimes it can come in very handy to go through and to use a pendulum or a dowsing rod. And then the last thing, which you may not have considered before, is that you can ask your guardian angel to be a go-between. If you aren't, first of all, we all have a guardian angel. And lots of times we're introduced to our guardian angel when we're children, but we just kind of lose track of them when we're an adult. Cultivate that relationship with them. They can be the go-between when you can't, for whatever reason, you're too excited or too upset, you can't calm down, you can't access your intuition. They can be the go-between for you. So you can just go through and rekindle that relationship with them and find out their name. They can help you go through and access the information that you need. So just to summarize, if you're looking for the answer that you need to a burning question, you're probably looking outside of yourself, but you don't need to do that. The answers are within, the answer that is right for you. Instead of asking other people, instead of Googling or asking chat, the answer is within you. And your conscious mind and your other than conscious mind is, you have a conscious mind, you have an other than conscious mind, which is connected to the universal mind. Some people call that other than conscious mind the subconscious mind, but you have a direct contact, a direct connection to the universal mind. And the link is your intuition. You've probably had a hunch at one time or another, and you knew that it was going to, you knew what the answer was. That was when you were accessing your intuition. So you can access whatever answer you need from the universal mind through your intuition as long as you are quiet. And ways to do it are through meditation, through journaling, through being outdoors, through bathing or showering, through using a dowsing rod or a pendulum, or asking your guardian angel for help. And go through an experiment with these. See what your operating system is. Do you see the answer coming in like a text message or a cartoon balloon? Or do you feel the answer? Or do you hear it? The more you practice, the more you'll be aware of that. And you'll be able to get the answers on the spot if you stay calm and clear once you've been practicing. So I hope that you've enjoyed this video and the information I've given you. Go through and practice. And if you like this information, I bet you'll love the free ebook that I'm offering, 5 Steps to Create Inner Peace and Calm Your Soul, even if nothing else has ever worked before for you. And you'll find a link for that below. So go through an experiment, take a look at the ebook, leave a message in the comments, and I'll see you next week.